How y'all doing? I'm the Watchman, and this right here is entitled Doomsday 2012, December 21st. The date on the Mayan calendar, so-called Doomsday. Uh, I had a lot of people asking me about it at work last night, and I don't watch TV, but they say there's been a whole bunch of stuff on TV, even comparing it to the Bible, putting the Bible up. So I thought I'd make a short video to warn people, and especially Christians, that you have to be careful. One of the subtle things that the devil would love to do is to get you believing dangerous lies. And this date has dangerous lies wrapped all around it. That if you are a Christian, especially if you are a Christian and you say you believe in Christ, and you even find yourself in the slightest saying like, well, 2012 might be true, beloved, be not deceived. Even if you say that in the slightest, you are also saying some dangerous lies and admitting some dangerous lies that you probably, matter of fact, that you definitely don't even realize that you're saying. Let's go over some of these lies real quick. The first lie, that if you say that you believe that is true, even in the slightest, one of the first lies you're telling yourself, or that you're believing, is that these men, these Mayans, were connected to God. This is deep. I really want you to get what I'm saying. That these Mayans, let's look at the Mayans. If you've seen Apocalypto, that's a good picture of them. I love the way Mel Gibson does his movies with pure history and the truth, from Braveheart to Apocalypto to The Passion. And personally, just to throw in, I believe that's why he has been ostracized by Hollywood, because of the movie Passion, especially. The Zionists and the Jews, and of course the devil, who's the prince of this world, did not like a good movie depicting Christ, tooth and nail. And I thank Mel for delivering that. But anyway, his movie Apocalypto uh, was based with this tribe of Indians, South American Indians, I believe. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But anyway, all I know is that the people who are doing the killing and were doing the sacrificing and the rituals were Mayan Indians. They were Mayan Indians, and they were and the one things that they were true is they used to do sacrifices, cutting off the head, gutting people out alive. I'm talking about hundreds every day to the sun god and to their other god, uh, Go Kukulkan. Kukulkan, and it's spelled Kukulcan. Kukulkan. If you remember, the movie is Kukulkan. After their sacrifice, cut off somebody's head or something, they'll hold up the head. Kukulkan. That was a flying serpent. A flying serpent. Y'all, who do y'all think that flying serpent was when they were screaming out Kukulkan? Of course, that was the devil. But anyway, if you believe this lie even in the slightest, and I'm going to show in John, the book of John, the Gospel of John, in 3 different chapters. I believe one is in chapter 14 or chapter 15, where Jesus refers to the devil as the prince of this world. Now, he's the prince of this world. So it doesn't surprise me at all that he would have so many people in so many big media places, and people pushing, 2012, and this could be the doomsday. They don't realize that they are saying that these men, these Mayan, these men who were bloody savages, mind you, sacrificing people on a daily, regular basis to the sun god and to a flying serpent named Kukulkan. They are basically saying that these people were connected to, I can't even say the living God, the true living God, because of course that is not who they were worshiping, and they make that very clear. So basically, that they are saying that these men these men's gods were telling them the truth, that the world is going to end on this date. That's one of the lies. Is they're saying that the gods that these men, that these Mayan Indians worship, Kukulkan, this flying serpent, knew when the time of the end would be. And not only did he know when the time of the end would be, but these men, another one of their lies is saying that if God and Jesus distinctly say, of the day and the hour no man knoweth. Let's read that. Matthew 24, verse 36. Matthew 24, verse 36 says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Not even Jesus. Now, in these, this is red letter. This is Jesus saying this. So, if anybody would know when the end of the world would be and Jesus' return would be, it would be Christ. And he says, not even I know. So you're telling me that these bloody savages who was praying to a flying snake and the sun, they knew? Beloved, and this is to anyone who says it might be true, beloved, be careful. The devil, one of the tricks of the devil is to get you to call God a liar and you not even realize it. How disrespectful is to God if his word says clearly, and there's other texts I could have looked up where he says only, that no one knows the date nor the hour, but where his word says clearly, Matthew 24:36, that no one knows the day nor the hour but God himself. He says it clearly. If you say that maybe this group of bloody, savage, cannibalistic, bloodthirsting Indians, they knew. They might have known. They might have known. Do you know how disrespectful that is to God? That's why I said these are dangerous lies. And the devil, now look, beloved. One of my friends last night at work told me that, yeah, he said, man, they even compared it, had a Bible up there talking about how it could be fulfilling parts of the Bibles. The devil is crafty at his trade. He's dealing with millions of people who don't read this. Even if you, like I stressed this, that even if you say they might be on to something, you're instantly calling God a liar. Even if you might not realize it, we will be held accountable. There's, like I said, there's dangerous lies wrapped in that. And think about it. If you say, well, they might be on to something. I think there's some little truth in that, dog. I think there's some little truth in that. Even saying that, you're saying that flying serpent, that they prayed, they worshipped, and the sun could dictate what happens on earth. You are saying, let me say that again. You are saying that flying serpent could dictate what happens on earth. Because they got that date from the flying serpent, who we know is the devil. He was setting this up a long time ago. He set this up. He set up for a movie to be made. He set up for the rumors. That's why he's pushing it, because he knows that if he can get anyone to question, they will believe these lies. And they will basically be saying these lies. They don't have to say them. You don't have to say them word for word. All you have to say is, they might be right. They might be on to something, dog. That's all you have to say, and all these lies are compassed to you. You will be saying that flying serpent, who they worshipped, named Kukulkan, and they also pronounced them Kukumats. You're saying that flying serpent could dictate what happened on earth. And the biggest thing of all is you're saying that God and Jesus is a liar. You might say, man, I never call God and Jesus a liar. I know, beloved, but I'm telling you, what the devil has learned is that if we believe certain falsities, and if we follow the wrong people or believe certain slogans and follow the wrong things, you're calling God a liar, even if you don't literally say it. There's certain things that if God says, no, this is one way, and you say, well, I believe this is the other way, you could be calling God a liar, or you could be just standing on the opposite side of God. You could be standing, like if you say, well, I believe in freedom, free will. I do too. You know, God believes in pro-choice, meaning you got the choice to make whatever you want. God does not want robots. He wants us to choose to love him. God believes that too. But just because I've heard people say I believe in pro-choice, that people got the freedom to live their life how they want to, I'm like, yeah, I agree too. So that's why I cheered and applauded when Maryland passed same-sex. And I'm sitting there like, I mean, just because you agree in pro-choice don't mean you have to agree with the choices that the people actually make. You know, I have friends who not to get off on that venue, but I have friends who live that alternative lifestyle. Close friends, dear friends. I love them to death. They love me to death. They know I love them to death, but they know I don't condone what they do. And they still know what shoe. If the chips down, Jay got me. Jay got my back regardless, even though I don't agree with what they do. I love who they are. I love the sinner, not the sin. Beloved, we have to be careful. The devil is trying to get you wrapped up in some dangerous lies. Some dangerous lies. What is it? Second Thessalonians or Second Timothy that speaks of dangerous lies. Let's go there real fast. Let's check it out. And while we turn there, just from food for thought. And beloved, it is also an old pagan holiday. Yes, December 21st is a pagan, which means occult, holy day. I always say holiday because Holiday, holy day. You put them together, you make holiday. But anyway, December 21st is an old pagan holy day. Holy day, which is known by many names. Known by many names. Before that, okay, before that. Let me just say this. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10 and 11 says, well, let's read verse 9. Let's throw verse 9 in there. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9 says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Beloved, the devil, God calls the father of lies. Be careful what you say might have some validity, or might have a little truth. Let me say that. You know, be careful, beloved, because you could be calling God a liar. You could be saying that those demons, those so-called gods that they worshipped, could dictate our life and planet and our earth. Only God is the true God. Let's look at some of these, because they don't hide it. December, all you got to do is Google, and that's all I did. All I did was Google December 21st pagan festival. That's it. You know, I'm reading right off here off the screen. This is the ghetto. This is I'm gonna call this humble editing. All right, let's read some of these dates. I'm gonna show you everything. This surprised me how many everything that's involved around December 21st, and it even starts December 20. It starts December 20 with Mother Night. It's an old pagan. Let's read what Mother Night is. Mother Night, Yule, December 20, Yule. Mother Night, the beginning of Yule. Sacred to Frigga. I don't know what these words mean, so don't ask me. These are pagan and occult. I'm on a pagan and occult website right here. Sacred to Frigga, moth ere night. As the night before the winter solstice, this is the time when the new year is born. We honor the beginning of Suna's return and the breaking of winter. Now, if pagans and occult on December 20th, the start right before winter solstice, they start honoring the return of someone. Could it be the Antichrist? Where was that? This is the time to honor Thor and Freyr. Celebrate by blot some bell and high feast. Burn a Yule log and jump the flames for luck and purification. Wow. Anyway, let's see what else is involved wrapped around. You have the first quarter. I don't know what that means. All right. Now on December 21st, you have the end of Owl month. The end of Owl month. You know, owls are sacred to pagan and occult worship, and there's a famous pagan deity of an owl called Molech. He's spoken of even in the Bible. They used to sacrifice kids and children to him. He's spoken of, I believe, is Leviticus 18. Leviticus 18, verse 17. It's around towards the end of the verse. I'm not too sure what the exact verse, but it's in Leviticus 18 where Molech is actually mentioned by name. He's the little owl on your dollar. He's the owl that our leaders and dignitaries worship and do. They say they're mock sacrifices, but they don't allow the public in there. So how do we know those aren't real children? Children that they're burning in that fire to this big statue of an owl, which if many of you have already Googled the Bohemian Grove on YouTube exposed, you can see actual footage of this. But anyway, it's the end of Owl month and the beginning of Divalia. Let's read what Divalia is. Divalia was a Roman festival held on December 21 in honor of the goddess Angerona, whence it is also called Angeronalia. On the day of this festival, the pontifices performed sacrifices in the temple of Voluptua, or the goddess of joy and pleasure, who some say was the same as Angerona, and supposed to drive away all the sorrow and charging of life. Not even gonna get into all the, that's wow. And it's the beginning of winter solstice. For those who don't know what winter solstice is, midwinter, Yule, Albin, Arthen, those are other names. On the winter solstice, known to have included the sacrifice of a pig for the god Freyr, a tradition which survives in the Scandinavian Christmas ham. Many of the symbols associated with the modern holiday of Christmas, such as the burning of the Yule log, the eating of ham, the hanging of boughs, holly, mistletoe, etc., are apparently derived from traditional Northern European Yule celebrations. That's where you get Yuletide carols. Heathenry in Germanic neo-pagan sects, Yule is celebrated in gatherings that often involve a meal and gift-giving. Further attempts at reconstruction of surviving accounts of historical celebrations are often made, a hallmark being variations of the traditional block. Okay, anyway, wow. The end of the summer solstice, the sun, and December 22 is the start of Goose Month. Goose Month. Let's just see what that one is. I'm curious. Goose Month. Goose, 22nd December, all the way to the 19th of January. The renewal time. North by North. Beloved, the renewal time. All of these is clear. Now, if they get the world to believe that the the world is going to end on December 21. I'm talking about all our high-ups who are Luciferians, who studied under Madame Blavatsky, you know, Madame Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, who the big Beatles were singing to, Aleister Crowley, you know, who Jay-Z, Do It Thou Wilt, you know, that song by Drake, I'm doing me, I'm all of that is Aleister Crowley, a known Luciferian who called himself the Beast. Beloved, all these high-ups, everybody in power, money, prestige, majority of our stars, which stars refers to as angels, but fallen angels, you know, they're getting ready to push their agenda of new age. Now, if they can get enough people to believe that December 21st is Doomsday or that something tragic is going to happen, they believe in depopulation. They can cause something very tragic to happen, kill off a whole bunch of people, and guess what they'll blame? The Mayan calendar. Oh, there was, and you know that because they know there'll be people actually say if they let off a nuclear bomb somewhere or something very tragic happens, you know, and a whole bunch of people are killed. There's gonna be a lot of people who actually run around, man, the Mayan calendar predicted it. I told you there was some truth to it. I told you there was some truth to it. And they know it. And it's sad, but they know it. I know it. And it's sad. Beloved, study, pray. For our foe is not a fool. He's been planning these things from years ago. Years ago. Satan isn't a fool. I believe, honestly, I believe that too many of us, because of TV or whatever the reason may be, we honestly don't know who Satan really is, or how powerful and tricky he really is. Beloved, don't believe this in the slightest. I believe something tragic probably is going to happen that they're going to set up just so they can say, yeah, man. Because think about if something tragic happened, this thought just hit me. If something tragic happens and kills a whole bunch of people, first thing people gonna say, and don't let it be repercussions around the world. You know, they had something set up to go off in different states and different countries. Because then the first thing people gonna say, man, they were true. And if people say that the Mayans true, they had something, then they're saying that all of these things are right. They're saying that that flying serpent, Kukulkan, dictates what goes on earth. They're saying that Jesus is a liar. Because Jesus said, like we saw in Matthew 24, verse 36, no one knows the hour. Not even himself. Not even the angels. Beloved, Jesus stressed more than anything in the New Testament, be not deceived. Be not deceived. Take care. Pray. Spread the truth to your family, to your friends. Tell them don't even believe it in the slightest. Because if you say they might, then you're saying that God may have lied. Take care, brother.